What's up, everybody? It's me, Mike, out here at the Urban Suburban Homestead, and today we about to go ahead and get the girls situated over here, okay? Because why they need a little bit of water and they need a little bit of food, and it's all good. Double can continue cutting the grass because I know he done stopped because he see me over here recording, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and get these girls situated, and we're also going to go ahead and take their little compost down there, the little bedding and everything like that, and we're gonna go ahead and turn it into some actual homemade compost that I've been starting over here in a nice little tub. So we're gonna show you how to do that as well. And then what I'm thinking about doing today, because the garden has really gotten really out of hand, I'm gonna show you all what's happening out here because it's been that dry, even with the irrigation, child, baby, the sun has been beaming, okay? And so, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a nice big harvest. We're gonna go ahead and reset the garden because why? We gotta go ahead and get ready for the fall and everything like that right there. Some of the crops is already spent, they're not producing anymore, so there's no need to be going ahead and keeping them around, okay? So, meanwhile, in between time, we're going ahead and get this thing together right here and get these girls situated. All right. Y'all see the flags, yeah, they eat so much. They got like 3 feeders and 2 water buckets in there because they can dang on drink. No matter how small them quail is, they can go through some water real quick, okay? So make sure you go ahead and have you a lot of water. We got to go ahead and get the 5-gallon little system set up on the side. That way they can be able to go ahead and just dip their little beaks in there because if you don't know, them quail like to take little bird baths and stuff and have your water be dirty and stuff. And so, yeah, if you want to be drinking some clean water, make sure you try to clean it out as often as possible because they will be, like I say, taking little bird baths and everything like that right now. So, like I said, right now I'm going to go ahead and get some water in this here bucket. They still got some in that one in the back. That's why they ain't really too much, you know what I'm saying, parched. But I'm going to go ahead and get them some fresh water in the meantime, then we'll get the other one swapped out. And that's kind of how I like to do it, you know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm right here with the bin that I've been making the homemade compost with. And so, let me go see if the, well, I ain't got nothing to clip it on because I'm out here half naked. Okay. But anywho, we're gonna make do. Like I say, I'm right here with the homemade compost that I've been doing with the quail and all that. And pretty much all it's been is like a nice little layer of topsoil mixed with the actual, quail poop and shavings and all that, And so what I'm hoping to do is to get this, broken down over time, keep turning it, and then, we can, keep making some nice compost and see what's happening, all right? Here we go. So, it doesn't stink or nothing like that right there. As you can see, it is some flies in here, but, I mean, of course, you got quail poop and everything like that right there. It's going to generate some stuff. But for the most part, it's not stinking, and that's the main part. Okay, so that means it's breaking down pretty nice and everything like that right there. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the topsoil, and also I'll get the tray so we can rake that stuff in here, and then we can go from there. Okay. All right, before we get to mixing this, I'm gonna go ahead and put the bedding down so they ain't pooping all over the cage, okay? Child, the phone done overheated on me, but it's all good, okay? So, but it did give this, bedding and everything a little time to kind of dry out a little bit from the sun because, like I say, it gets a lot of rain and everything, especially around this time of the year, around Florida rainy season. And so, a lot of the bedding also gets the bird pee and also, the poop, and then not to mention the rain. So, like I say, it just tends to, like I say, attract a lot of flies and things like that. So usually I change this out about once a week to make sure that, keep everything copacetic and stuff like that. When I start seeing, more than about 5 or 6 flies, I'm like, okay, it's time to go ahead and get the thing, popping. So here we go right here. I got some topsoil here, and we're pretty much going to be mixing this on top of the actual compost or the bedding that we poured in there earlier. Okay, so here we go right here. Alright, so here we go. I pretty much just kind of evenly put it over here and do it like that right there, child. These flies. And then I tend to kind of mix it all in so it can kind of even itself out a little bit, and break down evenly and stuff. Child. And like I said, doing it like this, it doesn't stink or nothing, so that's kind of the reason why I've been doing it like this right here. Alright. Yeah, so I just showed you all how to do the whole quail fertilizer mix that I've been doing here. See how that all breaks down over time, okay? So we can use that later on in the season. And so, yeah, what I chose to do really quick was to go ahead and add some electrolytes to the quails because, well, I feel like just giving them plain water, they probably be lacking a little bit of the nutrients that they could be getting with some extra, electrolytes and everything. And so that's what I chose to do with this second gallon of water. Add 1 scoop of this to there because it's got some probiotics in here, also acidifiers, and like I said, electrolytes. So it's like a 3-in-1 for all types of poultry. And so, like I said, this is our first time really trying this out, but I really feel like the quail needed some because the second batch of quail that we had, even though we lost a couple of the birds, I feel like that they didn't get as big because we used a different type of starter grower feed. And I think because that starter grower feed with the second batch had only 20% protein, we got smaller quail birds than the first batch, okay, where those actually end up being bigger because they had a 22% protein in the feed. And so, like I say, just trying different things, all new to this whole homesteading thing, especially when it comes to like the livestock and stuff. We're gonna be adding some more things out here, you know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for that. But yeah, like I say, the quails are doing pretty good, and like I said, this hopefully this improves them overall out here with this heat. I'm thinking about adding a whole little solar fan to this because why it'll also help with the ventilation and things, and keeping them cooled off in these summer days. So hopefully they can help out their egg production because we already got a few eggs, but we're trying to get more eggs as time progresses. The only way to do that is keep them hydrated and also keep them cooled off because if they stressed out, they ain't trying to be, doing that. Y'all know how I be. Whenever you caught, you don't be trying to be touched, you don't be trying to be, none of that. So, they ain't trying to lay no eggs, nothing like that right there. So, like I say, we're going to go ahead and try some different things to get them things going, the girls going, and yeah. So, let me go ahead and add this to the coop, and that's that for that. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Just know that we'll come back with the next part of this, which is actually kind of deconstructing this here garden and also harvesting a bunch of stuff too. Because while, like I said, we want to go ahead and get ready for the fall crops, okay? And only way to do that is to clean out the old and come in with the new, okay? So stay tuned for that, like I said. But let me go ahead and get this other bucket in here, and so these girls can be, hydrated, okay? Okay, so the door's semi-closed. Yeah. So yes, I went ahead and took the liberties of putting some red wigglers in the quail poop fertilizer that we've been mixing up. And so we're gonna let them help break this down. I also added some grass clippings to this as well. And I'll probably add some more to the top here. And then that way, over the next few weeks, they can get to breaking this down, and then we can be able to start adding it to our beds out here. Okay.